Every single beat of your heart. It's like this perfectly timed, incredibly coordinated event. A biological symphony, really, where every muscle fiber plays its part in perfect harmony. So the question is, who or what is conducting this whole thing? Well, let's dive in and follow the tiny spark that makes it all possible.
So, what is this invisible spark? I mean, it's not magic, right? No, it's something way cooler, a breathtakingly precise electrical impulse. And in this explainer, we're going to follow its entire journey, from the very beginning to the very end, through a single heartbeat. All right, our journey begins right at the source, the exact spot where every single heartbeat is born. We're talking about the heart's own natural pacemaker, this tiny little cluster of specialized cells that literally sets the rhythm for your entire life. Okay, so let's meet the star of the show, the sinoatrial node, or just SA node for short. It's tucked away up in the right atrium, and this small but mighty thing is the heart's pacemaker. It's got these specialized P cells that just spontaneously create the electrical spark that kicks off the entire sequence. Pretty amazing, right?
Now here's what's so fascinating. Other parts of the heart can actually create their own rhythm too. But the SA node is the boss. And why is that? Simple. It's the fastest. It's firing away at 60 to 100 beats per minute, which means it completely overrides the slower signals trying to come from the AV node or the ventricles. Basically, it sets the pace, and everyone else in the heart just has to fall in line.
Okay, so once the SA node fires off that spark, the impulse doesn't just wander around aimlessly. No way. It has to race across the heart's two upper chambers, the atria, and it has to do it with incredible speed and precision. The goal? To get them both to contract at the exact same time. So, let's see how it pulls that off. So, check this out. The signal zips across the right atrium, and at the exact same moment, it hops on this special expressway called Bachmann's bundle to get over to the left atrium. Meanwhile, you've got three other pathways channeling that same signal down towards our next stop. And we're talking fast here, 1 meter per second. All of this just to make sure both atria squeeze together in perfect unison. So the signal just blazed across the atria, right? But now it hits a critical junction. Think of it like a checkpoint. And this is where something that seems totally counterintuitive but is absolutely vital happens. The signal, it deliberately slows way, way down. And here we are, after that high-speed trip across the atria, the impulse arrives at that checkpoint we just mentioned, the atrioventricular node, or AV node. You got to understand, this is the only electrical gateway between the upper and lower chambers. It's a real bottleneck. And it's right here that things get a little weird. The second that impulse enters the AV node, it's like hitting rush hour traffic on the freeway. Seriously, that zippy 1 meter per second pace we saw, it comes to a screeching halt. The conduction speed just slams on the brakes. I mean, just look at that number, 0.05 meters per second. That is 20 times slower than it was just a millisecond ago. It's a massive and completely intentional slowdown. So you have to be asking, why on earth would the heart build a giant speed bump right in the middle of its most critical circuit? Well, this is what's known as the AV nodal delay. For about 1/10 of a second, the impulse is just held up. And the reason why is pretty cool mechanically. The cells here are just smaller, and they have fewer gap junctions. Think of gap junctions as tiny little doorways that let the electrical signal pass from cell to cell. With fewer doorways, the signal just can't get through as quickly. This weak connection creates that natural and crucial delay. So here's the bottom line. This delay is pure genius. I mean it. That tiny 1/10 of a second pause is exactly what the atria need to finish their job, to finish squeezing every last drop of blood down into the ventricles. It's what allows the ventricles to fill up completely, which maximizes the amount of blood that gets pumped out. It's the pause that makes the whole pump powerful and efficient. Okay, the pause is over. The ventricles are full to the brim. Now it is time to unleash this signal. It's about to be sent down a high-speed electrical superhighway that's designed to do one thing: make those powerful lower chambers contract in one massive coordinated push. So leaving the AV node, the signal immediately jumps onto the bundle of His. This is the entrance ramp to our electrical superhighway. And from there, the highway splits. You've got the right and left bundle branches, and they shoot down either side of the wall that separates the ventricles. They're getting ready to deliver this signal to every single corner of the lower part of the heart. And waiting at the end of these branches is this incredible sprawling network of fibers. They just fan out all across the inner walls of the ventricles. These are the Purkinje fibers, and they are the final and by far the fastest part of this whole journey. The moment that signal hits these fibers, it's like lighting the fuse on a rocket. I mean, the speed just explodes. We go from that intentional, super slow crawl in the AV node to what is for the human body basically light speed.
4 meters per second. Let that sink in. That is a staggering 80 times faster than the speed back in the AV node. It's the fastest you'll find anywhere in the heart, and it is absolutely essential for what's about to happen.
So why so fast? Well, it boils down to two main things. First, these are literally the largest cells in the entire heart, and bigger cells just mean less resistance for the signal. And second, they are jam-packed with those gap junctions we talked about, those little doorways, creating a super strong, super fast electrical connection. And this incredible speed is the key. It ensures the whole ventricle contracts almost at the same time, in this powerful ringing motion from the bottom up. It's the perfect way to eject blood out to the lungs and the rest of your body.
Okay, so let's put it all together. We've followed the journey from the initial spark, we've gone through that critical delay, and we've rocketed down the superhighway. Now, let's just step back and see how this whole precise sequence creates one single, perfect, life-sustaining heartbeat.
Just take a look at this timeline. At time 0, the SA node fires. Barely 50 milliseconds later, boom, the atria are depolarized. Then we get our crucial pause, right? The AV nodal delay ends around 150 milliseconds. After that, the signal just explodes through the ventricles, and by 220 milliseconds, the entire thing has contracted. The whole process, start to finish, takes less than a quarter of a second. It's unbelievably fast.
And you know what the most amazing part of all this is? This incredibly complex, high-speed, perfectly choreographed journey, it's happening inside your chest, right now. And there it goes again, and again. 60, maybe 80 times every single minute of every hour of every day. And you don't even have to think about it.
You see, this electrical symphony is designed to play on perfectly for literally billions of beats over your lifetime. It really is the rhythm of life itself. Which, of course, leads to one final, really important question. What happens when a note gets missed? When the timing is just a little bit off and this perfect symphony falls out of tune?